Welcome back to ATVN. The Trojans will take the field for the first time in 2 weeks tomorrow night at the Coliseum versus Cal. The last time the Bears came to town, it was also a Thursday. Because of the weeknight game, students will not be able to tailgate on campus.
I'm really disappointed. I think that kind of makes the whole experience for USC students, so it's going to be sad to go to the game without tailgating beforehand. I'm not going to miss any class, but I do have classes and I have midterms, so life goes on.
The Trojans hold a 12-game winning streak against the Bears. One of their players, offensive guard Chris Breo, had some choice words before coming to LA tonight, quoting, "I want to beat the crap out of USC. It was a pretty nasty game my freshman year, and I don't know if you guys understand this about USC. Class is not in their name." End quote. Well, some Trojans took offense to that.
I mean, I think it's like just kind of petty, but I mean, we know that we have class, and so we don't need them to know it.
The Trojans have ruled out running back Justin Davis for tomorrow night. It will be USC's 103rd matchup with Cal, which is more games than any other opponent USC has played. Let's take this professional. The Los Angeles Lakers begin their NBA regular season tonight against the Houston Rockets at the Staples Center. This will be the first time in 20 years the Lakers will not have retired superstar Kobe Bryant named in the starting lineup. The Lakers made a number of roster changes in the offseason to help alleviate the loss. The Lakers drafted Duke phenom Brandon Ingram, Timothy Mozgov, a free agent center, and they hired Luke Walton, the head coach. Luke is a former player of the Lakers, and he is now the youngest head coach in the NBA at age 36. A win against the Rockets will be just the second season opener victory for the Lakers in 6 seasons. Game 1 of the World Series was last night, and it wasn't much of a thriller. The Cleveland Indians took control of the game right away, with Corey Kluber recording 9 strikeouts over 6 innings, and catcher Roberto Perez blasted not 1, but 2 home runs to knock in 4 RBIs on the night. The Indians were able to handily take Game 1 6-0. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Game 2. Right now, so far, over 5 innings, the Cubs are doing pretty well here, 5-0. Jake Arrieta, 5 strikeouts and no hits. He is throwing a no-hitter right now. We'll see how that goes. We won't jinx him. And tonight's game was moved up an hour earlier because they're expecting rain later in the night. Game 3 will take place on Friday, however, in the Windy City. And we're going to stay with the World Series here in this week's Marcus's Moment. Someone unearthed an old yearbook from 1993 where a Mission Viejo man predicted the Cubs' next World Series appearance. Michael Lee had trouble picking a yearbook caption, so he decided to go with something about his favorite team. He simply put, quote, "Chicago Cubs 2016 World Champions, you heard it here first." Now this sounds a little too much like the Sports Almanac scenario from Back to the Future Part 2. Maybe this is the real-life Marty McFly. We just don't know yet. If the Cubs fail to win the series, this may go down as the next chapter in an ever-growing list of curses preventing the Cubs from earning a championship. The first of which is the curse of the Billy Goat. In the 1945 World Series, the last time the Cubs made an appearance, a fan brought his goat to the game and was told to leave because of the odor. The Cubs went on to lose that series, but it doesn't end there. In 1969, the Cubbies were leading in the division, but ended the year on a losing streak after a stray black cat crossed a batter in the on-deck circle. Then in 2003, the now infamous Steve Bartman reached over to interfere with an in-play foul ball. While they were leading 3-0 at the time, the Cubs followed with a series of errors and lost the game 4-3. And there was even another curse to that game when the late Bernie Mac prematurely called them the champs in that very same game in the 7th inning stretch. The Cubs have spent the last 108 years trying to break this curse. Maybe this will finally be their chance. We'll never know. All right, back to you guys.